Hello, my friends. Welcome to another thrilling episode of the Party Nerds Podcast. We are coming to you live from a quadruple secret location high in the Hollywoodland Hills area of Los Angeles, California. I'm Richard Gabai, joined by my partner in crime, Robert Carradine, and today we have an icon of entertainment, stage, screen, and song, the great Greg Evigan.
Oh, right. Thank you, guys. Hey.
And you did start your career on the stage, right?
I did. Yep. New York City. Graduated high school. Boom, I was right.
Right there, right out of high school?
Literally.
Wow.
Graduated in June, was on the road in September. It was crazy. You know, it was really wild. It was a whole summer of auditions. It was like, we did 15 auditions. 15 auditions. And it was just it literally was a life, you know. It was a life that all of a sudden I got out of high school and here I am on this. And then I ended up in the first touring company of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Was that after it was a hit on Broadway?
No. This was the original casting of the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So what we did was, because there is a little kind of a great story with it. It's because I had 15, like I said, 15 auditions, or right around that, 15 auditions, and I was doing the first maybe let's say 4 or 5, and then I come in one day for the next one, and there's this little guy at the door, Charlie. I remember his name. He had the cigar and everything, and there was nobody there. I said, Charlie, I got an audition today. He goes, no, you know, director broke his back. I said, oh my God. And I was like, all the blood ran out. I was like, I said, well, you think they're going to use the old list? He goes, they're bringing in Tom O'Horrigan. You know, remember Tom O'Horrigan? He did hair and he did, you know, and so they were going to bring Tom O'Horrigan. And I'm thinking, oh man, they're just going to bring all the people from hair in, and that's going to be that. But somehow I still made it on the list. Got a call a couple days later, and then, you know, continued on with the auditions. They said, can you dance? I said, sure. Yeah.
You betcha.
And like we showed up, and all we had to do like all these moves, you know, like crazy. I'm like, okay, whatever she's doing, I'm doing, you know. And then bottom line is I went through 15 auditions around there, and by the end of the summer they cast, they said, you're in Group B, there's Group A, Group B, and Group C. Group A, you're the first Broadway company, and Group B, you're the first road tour. That's the one I was in. I was happy to be in any group except for Group C, which was, thank you very much, it was a great summer.
Oh, not understudies? Not even understudies?
No, the C was gone, but that was it. That's how I started this craziness.
How long did you tour?
For a year.
Wow.
And then I did it for another year on Broadway.
Wow.
Because the director Stan Lebowski, the conductor, Stan Lebowski, he was a great Broadway conductor at the time, and Stan said, you know, he picked a few people that he liked, that, you know, from the road tour, and he brought us all in. Yeah, so
that's
great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And where did you grow up?
New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
So I wasn't far. I took the bus to New York to,
right.
You know.
What is that, Lincoln Tunnel?
Yep, right to the Lincoln Tunnel.
Okay.
And Port Authority.
Yeah.
Get up, and that was my route.
I love it when Bobby pretends he's sort of a New Yorker. He's the most Californian guy in the
I
world.
have spent so much time in New York, I can't tell you where anything is.
It's okay, but you get around. It's a grid. It's grid lines.
Yeah,
not like California. It's all over the place.
I
feel bad
so
for anybody
twisty,
moving out here. Yeah.
You became sort of iconic, and back in those days when there were so many few channels, BJ and the Bear was like everywhere. It was the thing. You couldn't get away from it. How long was that from your stage to your sort of household name, which is what you became?
Yeah, that was overnight when the way it happened, because we used to get. I mean, the first time we were on, we got a 47 share. I mean, now.
Is that good?
It's 47% of the people
country
that had the TV on?
That's good.
That's half the country. That's good.
Half the people that had their TV on were watching him.
Yeah, wow. And I mean, any show that was doing well was getting shares. But 47 was exceptional. Right. And it was because at the time, I remember Fred Silverman. He was NBC exec, and he did not want a chimp on his network. He did not want a monkey.
And he got 2.
He wanted the cop show. He got 2 of them, right? Hey. And so it was. He just said, I'm going to kill this show, and he put us up against Network, the first run of Network, and we got the 47 share.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That'll teach him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll teach him, right? And then he tried to kill it again, and he put us up, and then he finally accepted, okay, well, we got a hit show. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, right.
So,
Well, did he have a pet peeve with somebody?
I don't think it was a pet peeve. I think what he really wanted was the cop shows. I think he wanted more of those type of things. You know, I don't think he wanted a show with a chimpanzee and a
More sort of very family.
yeah. He wanted,
And what's fun, I made a movie that starred Josh Hutcherson and a chimpanzee called Motocross Kids for Fox, an independent movie. And I got hate mail from Jane Goodall.
Oh, you know what? I could see why. I mean, you'd never do a show like that today. You'd never get away with that, you know. I mean, forget it.
Yeah, I know. I got hate mail, and it's killing me. Thankfully, my kids have helped me out. I mean, all of us in this business. You know, I've been in this business over 35 years. These things that happen that you couldn't believe unless you were there.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know. At first I was thinking, my stupid self. Oh, she saw it and liked it because the chimp is the hero.
Right.
These kids. Lorenzo Lamas is running a motorcycle camp, and Josh Hutcherson, who became a big star, is my lead. It was kind of a big discovery film for him, and the kids have to save the ranch, and they end up racing in this Supercross race. Actually, in the race that we actually shot during Supercross in Vegas. And we shot the climax of the movie during in between races with this dance full of people. I mean, 25,000 people, or how many fit in that MGM thing. And the chimp was there holding the trophy and everything. And I'm first thinking Jane Goodall, office of whatever. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, chimps do not like to ride motorcycles. Chimps, they don't ride motorcycles, and to give people the idea that they do or can really is quite dreadful.
Oh,
and I wish
God.
I somewhere, Mimi, somewhere is that letter, because I didn't throw it out.
That's a framer.
Yeah,
That's a framer, right?
I got hate mail. I got hate mail from her. Like, please don't make any movies anymore.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember they used to make the chimp do all sorts. I mean, poor guy. I mean, he was great. He was, but there was two of them. So there was a stunt chimp, and then there was the
lead chimp.
The lead chimp.
Yeah.
My champ's name was Cody. I'll never forget, because the trainer was always like, Cody. The actor would be holding the chimp, and the trainer was all. It was kind of, Jane, I apologize. You were right.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have made that damn movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, though. They're fun to watch. Chimps are great.
We have to check that. What's the name of it again?
Motocross Kids.
Motocross Kids.
Let me
Right.
put that on the list.
Put that on the list.
Put that on the list.
Yeah, Rick Overton is in it. Also, had a good cast.
Man, we have one day they had the chimp. They tried to get him to do. The scene was, the writer writes whatever the writer wants, right? Writer writes. Chimp comes out on an elephant, and a tiger walks through the scene. Mm-hmm. This is the scene that they write. So the trainer says, there's no way you're going to get the chimp to do any of this, right? He goes, well, that's what's in the script. We have to figure out how to do it. I said, well, there's no way he's going to do it. The arch enemy of a chimp, is an elephant and a tiger,
right,
or a lion or whatever. And so what they ended up doing was they ended up blindfolding the chimp. Right? They put him. I know, it's fun. Jane, where are you, Jane? If you would have known about this, Jane. So blindfold the chimp. He says, so what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do this? And Marvin was the trainer. He says, all right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have it rigged up with the string, and then just when he says action, we're gonna, he doesn't know where he is. He's just strapped on the elephant. So we're gonna pull the string right at the end of the thing, and then we'll have the lion make sure that the tiger comes right across exactly at the right time, and then we'll have the shot. And so okay.
Wait,
right.
what's the string for?
That's to pull the blindfold off. Because you can't have a blindfold chimp on an elephant,
right?
So we get it all rigged up, and we're out in this field, I remember Abe Bagoda was on it. Remember Abe Bagoda?
Yeah, of course.
So he brings bring the elephant out. We're all right. And okay, we got to get this one shot. Let's go and action. So the Sam was the chimp's name, his real name. So he comes out. He's all of us already. He's got this thing. He's like, I don't know what they're doing to me. He's going crazy, right? And so I said, oh my God, this is gonna be a nightmare. So they pull the string. Thing comes off. The chimp sees the elephant and the tiger, and he just literally breaks out of the whole thing, right? Just jumps off the thing, and he heads across this field. This guy was out of control. He hits the eucalyptus trees. There was all these eucalyptus trees that went all the way down the line. He went up to the top of the eucalyptus tree, and he's not a big climber. He's a stage chimp. So
he stays in four-star hotels.
Right. So he gets off to the top of the tree. So we spend almost the rest of the day trying to get this chimp out of the tree. Cost a fortune.
I'm having a total flashback because I had made movies at the time with dogs and with horses, but I never worked with chimps, And they're like, oh, this guy's the best. This trainer, it's all the best. So I had a list of all 35 or whatever it was gags in the movie, chimp shakes hands, chimp opens the jar, because all the mischief and all the sort of stuff. Chimp, the way we did the motorcycle riding is the chimp, hold on a broomstick like this, and I had a camera here, and we had him on the back of a pickup truck. It looked great. But
was you have food right in front of him, dangling there?
He even hung his tongue out a few times. It was hilarious. But the funny thing is, it's day one. We're in Las Vegas. So we shot it up in Malibu at this place that was called the Boney Pony Ranch. I don't remember what it's called now. Probably still have a T-shirt sitting around. But when we were in Vegas for the few days, because the beginning and the end of the movie are in Vegas, so we're shooting that, and I'm there with major pressure, a bunch of pages, limited time in Vegas, most expensive days. And the first thing was something really simple. I don't remember if it was opening a door. And when I met with the trainer, he goes, "This is easy. It's easy. It's easy." First shot.
Big mistake.
Two of the investors were there, executive producers, making the shot. And I don't think it was let's just say it was opening a jar. I don't remember. Chimp opens up the jar, hands something to Lorenzo Lamas, they're fixing a motorcycle or whatever the gag was. Cameras everywhere. I'm like, okay, bring in the chimp, and as opposed to not bring in the gimp. I'm sorry. Bring in the chimp, and trainer comes out first. He goes, "No chimps can open a jar. It's not in their hand movements. Not in the hand movement." The first gag.
Right.
Out of all the stuff.
Of all the gags. Then the second thing comes up, saying he goes, "No way, can't do it. Not gonna do it." And I said, "Okay, what can he do?" We just went for it, and the movie came out great. And the trainer it was just hilarious how typical Hollywood, like we were talking about that other thing, they just lie to you. Oh yeah, no problem, done. Yeah. They signed the deal. Oh no, Chimp can't do that. Chimp can't do that. Chimp can't do that.
That's funny. That's crazy.
So you got the chimp out of the tree, and was that it?
Well, the chimp, we didn't just get him out of the tree. He finally fell out of the tree because what happened was.
Jane! The chimp fell out of the tree.
He was way up there, man. And I guess the trainer comes up,
He shot him with a tranquilizer?
Well, no, he had a gun that the chimp apparently was afraid to just see. So as soon as he saw the gun, he looked like that. Because in their mind, if they don't see it, it's not there. That's the mentality. So we, everybody fed him anything we could ever lure him down with, bananas and fruit, and nothing worked. And then finally Marvin brings out the big gun, and he brings it over, and he goes like this, and he's way up there, man. And so when the chimp saw it, he just freaked out and lost his footing, and all of a sudden we hear this terrible sound of Jane would be nuts. She's coming through the branches, cracking the branches, the whole thing, and he hits his head on a barbed wire fence. Okay?
Oh no!
And then he came running over to me, and he gave me a hug. And he was whimpering like a child. Like you have a kid.
Oh my God, he loved you, man.
He came to my wedding. He was gonna be the best. He was gonna be
the best man.
Bearer.
Yeah. Oh, the ring bearer. Yeah.
But we knew he never get the ring back, so forget that.
Greg, chimps don't hand rings.
That's right.
They don't do that. No.
Yeah.
But how did you get the gig? How did that happen?
The show?
Was it a big audition process? Were you doing
No,
some
it was
guest
crazy.
spots already?
I was ready to leave town. I was literally going back to New Jersey. I was done with Hollywood quick. You know, I was broke.
Wow.
In Burbank. I was living up in Burbank around Scott Road. I just heard of Burbank because Johnny Carson.
Right, yeah.
You know, and so I really didn't know where I was. And so I got, my agent says, she says, Greg, you just got to go on this call before you take off, you know, like it's going to be really good. I said, what is it? She says, it's a guy that's in a truck and he's got a chimp. And I said, are you kidding me? I said, I don't think so. And she says, no, you've got to meet this. The guy really thought you'd be perfect. So I go in for this audition. And I've never been in before or after in an audition like this where the whole stage was set up. They had the truck. They had the whole thing, right? And I went in. I had the papers with me. I didn't care. And this was the whole point is, you know, acting-wise, I usually care.
Yeah, that's a big mistake, man.
Big mistake.
Kiss it death.
So, right. So I didn't care. So I went in and I just did the lines, you know, the whole thing. And it was just, the guy was behind there. They had it lit really well. And I got out of the truck and said, all right, thank you, see you. Got it. And so Glenn comes up to me, Larson. He goes, hey, wait a minute, you know, I think you're really right for this, you know. And I said, great. He says, the only thing is I think you look just a little young for the, you know, to be a chopper pilot in Vietnam. And I said, well, I could have been, you know, I did get drafted. And he goes, and so he says, all right, okay, well, I said, all right, well, take care, man, see you. I didn't say anything, I just left, you know. By the time I get home, we had answering machines then, right? The answering machine ran out of tape with the agent, you know. He's like, call me, you know, where are you? You know, so I call her and she says, you got it, how? I said, I don't know. I said, and it just taught me a big lesson about, you know, not giving a shit.
If you don't give a shit, they've got to have you.
It's crazy.
It's only when you care, man.
It was a one audition deal?
That was it. That was a one-shot deal. Went in.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that a great story?
Nothing else to it.
Sometimes it's meant to be, huh?
Yeah, man.
There was nothing else to it. It was literally, Glenn said, that's my guy, and that was it.
How many seasons did you do that?
We did 3. We did 50 1-hour shows, and then we had, you know, they had that spin-off, the logo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so he did 50, and they put the 50 together. We had 100 for the syndication.
Right.
Which was great because you got to have at least that many to
get the syndication
deal.
yeah.
So it seemed like it ran forever, but we only did 50. But it was a great experience.
Now that you told that chimp story, it's never going to run again.
Or it'll be a hit.
Yeah, right.
No, or it'll be a hit.
Yeah. No, it was a great time because it was just for anybody who wants to be in the business or, you know, and is out there to see what they can do. You just go in, and the next day I walked out after this thing, and once we were on the air, I mean, all of a sudden everybody recognized you. You know what I mean? He's like,
just like that. Oh, yeah.
47 share, you know.
That's incredible.
That was crazy. So.
Are you still friends with the chimp?
Yeah, we're good buddies.
Okay, all right.
No, he's not around anymore. He retired.
Yeah.
And so you did a bunch of guest spots before your next series, right?
Yeah. I think right after that, I'm trying to think. Well, Glenn had me on Masquerade with Kirstie Alley. I did that one. I did one with Connie Selica. We did that one in Palm Springs called P.S. I Love You. We did that. And then, you know, in between, the great thing then, everybody was doing movies of the week. Remember now it would just be, now it would just be like a low-budget feature or something like that.
Yeah, right.
But you know,
the low-budget ones I'm good with. It's the no-budget ones I'm tired of.
Yeah, well, that happened later on.
Yeah.
You know, when you get cubbyholed into that typecasted.
Yeah, before you had to be typecast as the tall, good-looking hero. So, I feel couldn't sorry for you, Bobby. Don't you feel bad for him?
Don't you feel
so
he was
bad,
typecast as the tall, good-looking
But it
hero.
really is for an actor. You know, you have other things in your mind. You want to do great roles. You know, and then and you just kind of, you know, you're stuck in this thing because, you know,
because you see yourself in the mirror every day. I mean, me and Bobby, we have the same thing.
Yeah, well, at least you weren't playing a nerd.
Yeah, well.
You want to talk about getting stuck in something.
Well, you know that. You know,
Yeah.
right? You know. Yeah.
Do the laugh. Do the laugh. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, do you remember?
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yes. You were in one of my favorite shows of all time, Columbo.
Oh, yeah.
What episode? You know? Did we
Yeah,
know?
it was called I remember. It was called Bird in the Hand. Bird in the Hand. Yeah, I remember because him and I were sitting in the thing, and I came up with the title, and he goes, I like that Bird in the Hand. I said, good, use it.
He was a real New York guy.
Yeah, oh, he's a great guy. I love working with him, man. He was Peter Falk. The guy was great. He was just an actor who's acting. You know, he was just always had a cigarette. He always had a cigarette, man. You couldn't see.
So cigars on camera, cigarette outside.
Cigarettes outside, right? Cigars on camera, right?
I remember when I took that we first we moved to California. I was originally from New York too, and but as a kid, and my parents took us to the Universal Studios tour, and I think it must have been around the beginning. And they took us on one of the Columbo sets, and they taught us about continuity. And they said, if you look at this, Peter Falk has just lit in a cigar, and then when he turns around, it's half smoked. And we were all like, ooh, wow, we never noticed that. That's amazing. Yeah. We have like 80 million connections. I can't believe we've never been on a movie together, but you did Hallmark movies. I've directed Hallmark movies. And, but you did get to do some films, right?
Well, Greg and I did a film together.
No, but the TV movie.
Yeah, My Dog's Christmas movie.
Miracle,
yeah.
My Dog's Christmas Miracle, made by our friend Mike Pfeiffer.
That's right,
yeah.
Mike. Hey.
The unstoppable
Love
Mike Pfeiffer. He's
Cynthia Gibb.
Cynthia Gibb, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How was lunch?
It wasn't as good as lunch here, I'll tell you that.
All right, thank you.
But they tried.
Oh, they tried.
So when you were doing all this TV and stuff, were you songwriting and playing and maybe getting them to use some of your songs back then?
Always, man. Always.
I've done the same. Every time I'm on a movie, I hand a CD or send a link to a song.
Well, on My Two Dads, I co-wrote that theme song. By,
man.
Lenny Macaluso and I, we wrote that.
You wrote that?
Yeah.
Well, that's
that was good. It went super theme.
Yeah.
That was the best payday.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah. And so now I've got right now there's a Apple Pay commercial on, so I got that with a song, one of my songs, and then got.
Does that mean I don't have to pay for Apple anymore?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long did My Two Dads run?
That was three seasons again. Couldn't make that fourth season, getting that fourth season is tough. Yeah. But three, we went 65,
That's
65,
awesome, man.
Yeah, so it was good. So they rerun that. In fact, I think it's on now. It's on, oh man, what's it? Pluto, whatever.
Tubi.
Oh, Tubi.
Yeah, there's Tubi.
Everything's
Yeah,
on Tubi, yeah.
Okay, Tubi.
Everything's on Tubi, and your guest spot was on Dallas. Well, our friend Andrew Stevens was on that, and we just heard Christopher Atkins was on that. Were you on his Magic season? We heard that was a big season.
Wait, which one?
On Dallas.
On Dallas. I kidnapped Charlene Tilton. That's
wow.
What
See?
Yeah.
So you got to
took
play
her-
a
I
little
took her
edgy
in
bad guy.
There you go.
There
And
you
I
go.
started getting those roles,
Yeah, but on Dallas, you have to be a tall, really good-looking leading man to play a killer, because everyone's beautiful on that show.
Yeah, but Charlene Tilton was like 4'8", right?
Yeah.
He was a little tiny
she's
thing.
short,
Would you just put her under your arm and split?
Yeah, put her in a case. Yeah. She's sweet, man. I love her. Yeah. And there was a lot of those guest roles, and every once in a while you get a big one. Like I got with TekWar. That was going to be again, we just did 4 2-hour movies, which was that was great, and then we did 18 1-hour shows.
Yeah, with William Shatner, right?
Yeah. Yep.
How's he?
He's good. Him and I.
He's William frickin' Shatner.
Yeah,
And we hear the stories, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've him and I. It was another one of those things where I went in, and the agent says, "Greg, Mr. Shatner wants to meet you. I think you're gonna be great with this role." And Bill says, "Listen, Greg, I don't want you to, I don't want you to read. I don't want you to have to read. I know you're acting. I know your work. I said, "Oh, okay, that's great. So I felt good. I said, "Wait a minute." Sit down, and the room was lit like dark. It was like one light. Bill was there, and so we get in there. We start talking and everything, and he goes, "Let's read." I said, "Really? Oh, okay, yeah."
And you have a lot in common with William Shatner, because he also released albums.
That's right.
That's
right.
He sang.
What was the name of that song?
I don't know.
I think it was Rocket Man.
Rocket Man, yeah. So he puts you on the spot. Then what?
So we read, and then he just said, "Great guy, I think you're perfect for this role."
Oh, that must have felt good.
Great. Okay, good. And then I go to Russia to do. I did the music. Not that I was doing another album, and I went to this thing called the White Nights concert in Russia, and after about a half a bottle of vodka, with a bunch of people, I'm walking through this field, and I'm telling you, there was like a tank left over here or whatever, and it's just this field, and I step in a hole that was about 3 feet deep, and I just hear, everybody that was with me hears it, just
oh, God.
So here I am, and I got to start in 3 weeks.
Oh, man.
So I pulled it out. I mean, I was bad, and I was leaving the next day, but that night, because of that vodka, they got great vodka over there, and so after that, I didn't feel anything. So went through the night, the whole thing. Now it's getting bigger, 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 bigger. The thing was huge. So I get on the plane, and the stewardesses see, and they're like, "You can eat ice." And so they got me, they packed it and everything. They packed me. So I had to take that long journey back with this knee. And as soon as I got back, I went right into, went immediate surgery. And so and I didn't tell Bill any of this yet, that I had this happen. Because I'm thinking, oh man, all this, I'm going to lose this job. I really want to do this. And so I call him, and he says, I said, "Hey, listen, I got a little problem. I just had an accident, and I just got out of surgery with my knee." And I said, "But I'm okay. I'm going to be. We got 3 weeks. I mean, He goes, "Don't worry about it. You were in a deep freeze for 30 years. You'll have a limp when you get out." I said, "Okay." That was it.
Yeah.
So I had a limp. So anybody who ever watches it, if you see the first one,
That's funny.
the funny thing was I'm trying to run in a field, and Bill's like, "You can do it." I said, "No, I really can't do it. I can't really run."
That's kind of like, you don't need to read. Okay,
Right?
let's read.
Yeah.
I broke my freaking leg. You can do it.
You could do it. And I said, "Bill, I think what we need to do is, if you don't mind, bring the camera in really close, and I'm gonna fake like I'm running, but I'll move a little bit, but just get the camera really in there on me, like so you can see the struggle in my face." And he goes, "All right, that's good." And that's what we did. But I mean, any way we could fake it. But yeah.
We were talking before about our kids, and you have some very accomplished kids.
One has got Jane Goodall on the committee with her. Well, she's with my son-in-law. His name is Damian Mander. They're working together a lot now, but she's been on the board, because he's managed like 15 million acres over there. Stop the poaching.
Wow.
Everything in Africa. And my daughter, she was, and it's a crazy story how they got together, but she on her own was doing the same type of thing. And only she has a thing called Abundant Village. So anybody who wants to check out Abundant Village, it's a really interesting project. How they're building, these habitats literally for like 500 people at a time. Wow. But really the whole thing is to stop. The only way they're going to really stop the poaching is by educating the people.
Right. That's the only way they can make money. It's like deforestation.
Exactly.
Every single society started by cutting down trees and making wood.
Right. Yeah. Right. And if you're gonna, if you can't figure out another way for them to make money, they're gonna take the easier route, which is the poaching. And then and they don't really make that much of the poaching. It's
it's the end user.
Yeah. Exactly. The end user.
Or the person who sells it to the end user.
Yeah.
That's one making all the dough.
Yeah. Big money in that. So she's out there fighting that fight. She lives in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
So I don't get to see my grandson that much, but
How old's your grandson?
He's 3 now.
3. Oh,
yeah, but
great
they come to LA a lot, so that's good.
But both of your daughters aren't there, right? You have two. Don't you have 2 daughters?
Yeah, I've got one is in Nashville. My daughter Vanessa, she's the oldest one, and she was in the business. She started at 11, so she started really young with it, and she still loves it. But she's raising 2 kids now out there.
Right, living life.
Yeah.
It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, she's got a jewelry company she's starting. She's making jewelry, and she's always been great at designing, designing jewelry and that kind of thing. And very creative. So she's doing that. And then my son Jason, he's
Killing it.
He's killing it with the music, producing.
That's great,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, so he's doing great. He's working with Benson Boone right now, so he's got four songs on, I know 4 or more on Benson Boone's latest album. So he's killing it.
That's great, man.
It's good.
Yeah,
I was like, all the kids are doing good.
they're all doing good. They're all doing great. It's good.
So what's your next project, man?
Well, I've been working on that.
Tell us about your new record.
Yeah, so I just got these yesterday, shipped. So this is something that a long time coming. Okay.
Okay.
So I recorded this in
You got to hold it still for a minute.
okay.
And we'll scan it.
Okay.
We'll make sure the audience
Yeah.
knows where to find that CD.
Okay, great. Yeah. And so I recorded it at Abbey Road in London, 65-piece orchestra.
Wow.
I'm playing the piano on it, and so it's 8 pieces I wrote, and I finally got it done. I mean, it's been a long time coming, for me. It went through a lot of different stages just producing this. But now that I see how it's done, hopefully the next one will be a little easier. But I do have the next one written. But this one I'm going to
So
concentrate
you
now.
produced this yourself?
Is it
Yeah.
instrumental only, or is
It's instrumental, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The other one, I did another album called Slow Down. That was, songs that I written, performed, singing, as a singer. And so that was a while ago. But this is one of those things I had to get it done because it's been haunting me for so many years. Because I know that it's good. It's like I know that the music's good, and I think people really like it. And it's just something that I could see myself doing now too, movies for
Movie score.
Yeah, movie scores, that kind of thing. So it's in that movie theme-ish area.
And
Yeah.
And are you? It's so funny. With obviously, I'm one level above obscurity with different levels of success. But I've done the same thing with the music. And when I recorded my album, I specifically, when I burned my CDs, I gave you one CD.
Yeah.
It's the 12 songs, and then the 12 songs instrumental only. Because as you know, when they put them in movies, they need to be able to pull out the vocal or
Right.
anything like that. So
Right.
are you going to be performing this music?
I would love to. I have to figure out. That's the next step, is figuring out, all the different avenues that I can get out there and perform. And
Then what's the record called?
it's called Greg Evigan with London's Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. That's
And
what it's called.
are you putting it out on the streamers?
I'm going to put it out. I think Apple Music first, and
Right.
then I kind of Spotify is it's tough because you're just like
if
giving
you have
it away.
If you have 1 million streams, you'll get $40.
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
Well,
So,
you have a huge fan base, so you should,
Yeah, I want to try to get it out that way.
They should buy
Try
their
other
physical media.
avenues.
And physical media is making a major comeback.
Yeah, I've got this in vinyl, by the way. It's going to be in vinyl. So if you scan the QR code, you'll go to my website, and then there you can sign up for just for the invitation, pretty much. It's going to be, I'm going to send out do you want vinyl? Do you want CD? What do you
Right.
want? You want digital? You want whatever you want.
Super
and
cool.
So it'll be that type of thing.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear it.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. You
Yeah.
know, that's the thing about music. You don't need like a 110-person crew to get to do your art like you do if you're an actor. You
Yeah.
know? You can play the piano anytime you want.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just getting it out there. That's
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
That's
That's
the
the hard
hardest
part. It's a
thing
challenge.
for everybody's challenge. I think is because it's independent. It's an independent record release, but not that you can't do it. I mean, John Tesh, he's a friend of mine for a long time. Married to Connie because that's how we all
Right.
met on that show.
Yeah, his
And-
concert, his Red Rocks concerts
Great.
are like epic. They're great, and they're
Yeah,
he
and
did that all on his own.
Yes, see that's the point.
Yeah.
He went out, and I think I don't know how many albums he did in the beginning, but he ended up selling his record company to a major label because of that following, and so that's one way to go.
Yeah.
Those are few and far between, not easy to do, but
Well, that's the great thing about our podcast is you heard it here.
all right.
Yeah.
First,
Greg, I can't thank you enough for joining us. And
Oh, man.
My research team of Miriam and Raphael Gabai told me you have 85 shared connections. You know, on that IMDb
that
thing
right?
where it shows you. Yeah, so 85 shared connections. Now we have to actually have 0 degrees of Evigan Gabai separation. We have to be on the same
I'm your neighbor
chest.
right over here. So
Exactly. So we should
Yeah.
we should definitely grab a meal and jam some music as well.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's say thank you to the star of stage,
All
screen,
right.
big and small, and
man.
the recording arts, Mr. Greg Evigan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Peace.
And
you,
that
guys.
concludes an astounding episode of the Party Nerds Podcast. I'm Richard Gabai, Robert Carradine, special guest Greg Evigan. We will see you here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Please
Subscribe.
like, and subscribe.
Yes. Great.